All right, this is lunch and learn material. I am going to show you how to fillet a trout. I picked up this trout at a local shop. It has already been gutted, but that doesn't necessarily matter. The filleting part is mostly about taking the bones out. Which I don't know if you can see them here, but you can feel all the bones in there. This is a trout. Trout have kind of different skin on them than other fish. Their scales are almost non-existent, so I will not be skinning this. With most fish, you can cook them right in the right on this with their skin on, and the skin will just peel off very easily. Other fish that have really coarse scales, you kind of want to skin them because you don't want scales in the food. But this skin is actually really fine, and you can actually eat it if you want. Anyways, let's get started. I have never filleted trout before, so this will be interesting for all of us. I start with a cut just behind the back of the head, and so you can kind of feel where the edge of the head is, and just cut across. And then you kind of want to run down just behind these front fins. And that just opens it up and gives you a bit of room. I'll probably only film doing one side because it's not that much different for the other side. One thing I find is that with less structure, things actually become harder. So this fish, because it's already had the guts removed, will be a little floppier, which makes things a little more challenging. Anyways, what you want to do is kind of run along the back to where the anus is. So that's what I'm going to do now. And you don't go all the way in, because you don't really want to cut any of the bones. If the bones can stay all together, you're going to have a much better luck at keeping your meat bone free. And as you cut, you can you'll feel resistance. I don't know if you can kind of see there. Anyway, this is like the edge of the rib cage that you're hitting. And then all of a sudden it kind of drops off, and what you can do there is just come in like this. And then you do like such. And so maybe I can show a little bit of the inside here. Anyway, so trout's a really nice red fish, which is awesome. This is lake trout, I think. Anyways, the next part is to separate the meat from the ribs, and so I don't know if you can hear that. That is the top of the rib cage. And so I just want to make sure the meat is as free as it can be. And then what I do is I just work my way kind of cutting out towards the edge of the skin, the edge of the meat, because the rib cage, it kind of goes around all the innards, and so the meat kind of gets a little thinner on the outside of the rib cage. But I'm trying to keep the rib cage all attached to the main part of the skeleton. And so this is what I'm doing. And you just kind of work your way back. Again, you want to be really quite careful that you're not cutting off any of the bones. did cut. We'll get rid of that. You can always go back through the meat after you've cut it off to try and find any bones, but it's, you know, the risk of you missing one is pretty high. And that is something that no one likes in their meat. It's the bones. See how badly I butcher this one. Every fish has a different bone configuration, which makes them all a little challenging. One of the nice things I found, the only fish I've actually filleted other than this one, is pickerel, and they have the very thick scaled skin on them, and so the nice thing about working with them is that you don't have to worry so much about cutting your fingers. This skin here, the knife will go through very easily, where the other skin is like a bit of an armor, so you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, what I'm doing here, I'm finding this a little challenging, but what I'm doing here is just picking out the bones individually, because I am definitely finding them here. You can see here I'm just pulling the bones kind of straight out of the meat as I go along. I'll have to let you know how well I do when we eat it later tonight. I'm going to take it with us camping, and we'll have it wrapped in tin foil over a fire. Feel free to ask questions if you have any thoughts or anything you're interested in. Again, it looks like there's almost another set. So this fish had kind of, a set of fairly long bones. Seemed almost very separate from the rib cage, which I think is actually these ones here. They are much thicker, and they are kind of going in more the right direction. So this is pretty standard, where there's like, just a different path